All right, everybody, it's Wednesday. It's day 116. Holy smokes, already at hump day, halfway through the week, coming up on halfway through the week. So, we started this series about talking about the difference between responsibility and accountability. We talked a little bit about the interviewing process, how to use resumes to your advantage, how to walk somebody through the interviewing process, and getting clarity as to whether or not they're a good fit in your organization. And then today, what I wanted to do is kind of wrap up with, how do you hold people accountable, right? So, now that you've got them hired on board and you're an entrepreneur or somebody who owns and runs a business, or you manage teams in a department or a division of your company, and you're responsible for holding them accountable for getting the job done. Did you notice how I said that? You have to hold them responsible for holding them accountable for getting their job done. But if you're a good, effective leader, there's many different ways to do it. And one of those things is role playing. Okay, so you don't have to be in sales to be doing role-playing situations. Role-playing can be done in any organization with any number of employees across the departments in the organization and any kind of a scenario. And one of the things a mentor of mine told me a long time ago was, when you're done with the role play, you got to do a post-mortem. So postmortems are really important, and how you lay it down is even more important. And one of the things that I've been able to do and learn over the years by standing on the shoulders of these giants, these mentors of mine, is just listen and try to implement these things and then bring my own personality and style into it to accommodate how I'd like to have things laid down, right? So what a postmortem is all about is once you do a role play, or you come out of a sales meeting, or you come out of any kind of a meeting with a customer, and it could be an internal customer, one of your coworkers, or an external customer, somebody that's buying your products and services. The important thing to do is say, Mary, that was really good. You always want to start off with positive comments, okay? You always want to praise people in front of their peers, and whether you reprimand, discipline, or have to self-correct them, you do that in private. Let me repeat that. You always praise people in an audience, right, in front of their peers, but you reprimand them in private, one-to-one. In this scenario, you're one-to-one and you say, Mary, that was really, really good. I was really impressed by that. Tell me, what do you think you did that was really, really good? What did you say? What did you do that went well? Now, the natural reaction the first time you do this is that Mary's going to come out and go, well, I shouldn't have said this, I shouldn't have said that, and you have to stop her in her tracks, because her natural reaction is going to be, let me just tell you the things that went bad. That's not the objective. I want to hear and I want to know that they know that they're doing a good job, and I want to know that they know what the good job was that they did. And that's called being a conscious competent. Right? So I need to know if they're really thinking about what they're saying and what they're doing, if they have a true meaning and purpose for their actions during this interaction with the customer, a coworker. So I'll stop and I'll say, no, Mary, we'll get to that in a minute. But you did some good things really well in that scenario, and I want you to tell me what you thought you did well. And don't let them off the hook. They're going to rattle off 1, 2, or 3 different things, and you affirm those things, and maybe you throw in a couple that you observed, right? So you always start something off on a good note, on positive feedback, recognizing what they've done, and then understanding whether or not they knew what they were saying and what they were doing and why they were saying what they were doing. Have you ever been driving down the road and you come to a fork in a road and you're not sure if you're going to turn right or left? And you think, my gut's telling me I'm going to turn right, so I'm going to kind of turn right. That's one option. The other option is I know exactly where I'm going. I know exactly what I'm doing. I'm turning right. I'm going to get to the next stop sign. I'm going to turn left, and I'm going to be home. That's called a conscious competent. Someone who is actively doing and saying things with a purpose. They know exactly what they're doing, what they're trying to get out of that situation, and they move the needle forward. An unconscious competent is the other person who's saying, gosh, I'm not sure where to go, but my gut tells me maybe this is the way to go. So they're making the right decision, but they're not quite sure. It's just a gut feeling. It feels like the right thing to do. We want to have conscious competence working in our company, people that have a purpose and know what they're doing, and this is how you get them to that situation of being a conscious competent, all right? Then, back to the situation with Mary. After you've kind of walked her through all the positives, you say, now, Mary, tell me, if you had an opportunity to do it over again, what would you do differently? Now you're really getting the wheels spinning. Mary's going to go, gosh, I probably shouldn't have said this. Now you kind of drill into the things that are really going to move the needle with her, so that the next time you do a role play with Mary, or the next time she's in a situation similar to that with another internal or external customer, she'll self-calibrate and move from being an unconscious competent to a fully competent, conscious competent. The caffeine wore off about halfway through this video, folks. So you get the meaning. All right, listen, be brave, be strong, go get what's yours today. Have a good one.